Welcome to Mindful Living. I'm Hasini, and this is my first humble attempt on YouTube in sharing my perspective and understanding on one of the philosophical masterpieces and poetic literatures of the world. Yes, I'm talking about a classic text called Tirukural that has stood over generations and civilizations. Well, what does Tirukural talk about? There is nothing we can say is not talked about in this text. Starting from one's virtue, ethics, truthfulness, generosity, righteousness, gratitude, kindness, hospitality, and how an individual should live his domestic life based on these set of principles and qualities. Besides that, it talks about social, spiritual, and political issues and set of rules and standards based on which a king and ministers should rule the governance. Apart from this, a country's justice system, tax policies, strength of an army, honoring a soldier, war, punishing the wicked, agriculture, education, love, friendship, the list just goes on. So basically, it covers A to Z of human life, regardless of one's profession, caste, creed, gender, region, religion, the country, and even the continent we live in. Hence, this is called an universal wisdom. Every aspect of life is simplified to perfection without losing hold of its ideal. It's an epitome of poetic literature that teaches the mankind the true art of living. How is Tirukural classified? Tirukural has 1330 couplets placed under 133 chapters, each chapter having 10 couplets. Every couplet has 7 words each. These 1330 couplets are placed under 3 books based on the teachings on virtue, wealth, and love. When was it written and in which language? Tirukural is generally accepted as belonging to a period anterior to 2nd century AD, but some scholars place it in 1st century BC. So it should have been written 2000 years ago, a whopping 20 centuries ago. And it's written in Tamil language, generally called Tamil in English. Tamil is one of the oldest surviving classical languages of the world and one of the 22 scheduled languages of India, and first to be considered the classical language of India, and also an official language in Singapore and Sri Lanka. Today, Tamil is the 19th widely spoken language in the world, with about 80 million people as native speakers living across the globe. Well, who authored this text? This Kural text was authored by a divine poet, Tiruvalluvar. He was one such very exceptional and rare soul. He was so enlightened that he rose above all the denominations. His vision was very crystal clear that this text is very relevant even to today's world and will be for the future generations as well. Hence, people call it a timeless wonder. The astonishing feature of this divine text is that it conveys the most complicated and the toughest of life lessons in an effortless manner with absolute precision. The hallmark of a pastor is to convey the content in a very simplified language that we all can understand and relate to, leaving a profound impact. Tiruvalluvar is one such incredible master. Now that we all know that Tamil language and the classic text Tirukural are very ancient, I am confused as to which one is honoring which one. Tirukural is honored because it's written in Tamil language, or Tamil is honored because Tirukural is written in it? Well, I would like to conclude saying Tirukural and Tamil are both equally sacred, ancient yet young, eternal, and very authentic. Well, after giving all this information, what am I going to do about it? Here, me and my daughter are going to discuss the meaning of the couplets in the upcoming episodes, its relevance to our lives, and how to apply that in our everyday lives. We sincerely hope, pray, and wish to make it very meaningful and pertinent to the people watching and listening. Thank you once again.
அகர முதல எழுத்தெல்லாம் ஆதி பகவன் முதற்றே உலகு. As A is the first of all letters, so is the eternal God. He is the prime one in the universe.
So this is my daughter Tejaswi, and we call her Teju. Hi Teju.
Hi and welcome to Mindful Living. So the first 10 couplets are based on the praise of God. So here's the meaning of the first one. As the letter A is the first, the prime of all letters, so is the eternal God. He is the prime one. He's the one who has no beginning and no end. He is the foremost.
Yeah, this is the meaning of the first couplet, Teju. And what are your thoughts on it?
Well, as we take pride in every one of our little achievements, we tend not to realize that there's a divine power above us guiding us through our life.
Yeah, as you said, we like to take credit for the simple things we do in our life. It's definitely good to have a sense of accomplishment, but at the same time, we need to realize that there is a supreme power above all of us that's guiding through us through the ups and downs of our lives. That realization keeps us really grounded, humble, and kind towards all the living beings around us.
Yeah, it's definitely good to have a sense of accomplishment that makes us strive for the better in the future. But what we need to realize is that we can't achieve anything without the support and help from the people around us, or without the situations falling in place for us.
Yeah, as you said, that sense of accomplishment keeps us motivated. We continue to build on our skill set and work towards progressing and improving further. But at the same time, the realization that the situations falling in place for us and the people helping for us to achieve our goals is the thing that keeps us really humble, and we start feeling that we are all connected and very much a part of this universe. What do you say?
Yeah, I definitely think so. So I would like to conclude by saying that we should all try and inculcate the qualities of kindness, gratitude, humility, and compassion for others. But that only comes with the realization that the divine power is the prime one in this universe.
Yes, Teju. That's a good start for our episode. So let's all meet in our next episode. Until then, thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.